Hello everyone. Today I would like to showcase you Guts Berserk, new fully evoed for the new update 62 of Anime Last Stand. Triple S on everything, maxed out skill tree, and it is the crit skill tree, max level as well. And along with that, glitched glorious Griffith. Once again, triple S everything, max out skill tree, and it is the crit skill tree. This is going to take a while because Griffith himself costs a lot of money, 10 million to be exact, to even get to his dark form. I don't know how to get to his other form. I believe he does have another form. Once I find that out, I will most likely make a video for it. Alright, I will skip forward to when I have enough money, and let's get to it. Alright guys, so during me trying to grind out the money for this, if you hit sacrifice actually, you can see that he either has a dark sacrifice or a light sacrifice. Now, the only way I think you get this is if you do a run with him beforehand and you give him the, at first you need 10 million gold to sacrifice, 10 million combined cost of all your units, and after that he will just automatically become the dark version. And after that, when you use him again, this is news to me, I'm finding out in real time with you guys, it was 7.5 million, and with that you can choose either light or dark. I think what I'll do is I'll show you each one by itself. Alright, so here we have Griffith in his holy version. Base is he's doing 153 mil every 3.91 seconds, 72.5 range. Yep, and he does cripple. The plus 20% is from not from idle, it is from the permanent buff of Bulma. And if I were to do this and buff with idle, he now does 179 on placement. Seems good. Let's see his passives. Every 60 seconds, increase damage for all units on map by 50%. And every 20 seconds, randomly perform one of the following buffs onto units on the map for 10 seconds. So it's either plus some range, plus SBA, or plus some crit damage. For every unit Morprin's range, every unit that is in his range that is receiving a buff from him, he himself will gain, wow, the same, wow, look at that. Yep, 10% crit, he can have up to 100% more crit, 50% more range, and 20% more crit chance. Nice. Let's keep upgrading here. The next repetitive strikes, still a circle AoE, but I think it run a little larger. He's doing 403 million damage every same SBA. Increase range. Okay. I don't think anything changed with his passive. Let's keep going. Alright, damage is increasing. Oh, next up we have Blitzing Hawk. He does increase SBA. Pretty negligible, and his damage is now 852. Let's upgrade it. 915 every 4.19 seconds. Oh, and then max upgrade 809, almost a billion every 4 seconds while doing cripple. Alright, I am finally back. This took a lot longer than I need to because I misunderstood the sacrifice passive here. So I built up enough of the costs for every unit, sacrificing them to get the money. It took a while, as you can see. But so the thing is about the sacrifice is the Berserker must be placed on the map, but what it doesn't say is that it shouldn't be sacrificed. So if it probably is in the range of Griffith when you do hit the sacrifice button and go for his dark sacrifice, it will not work because it deletes guts. So I think I should be able to sim. Boom. There we go. Let's look at his stats here. 1.05 billion, 1000% damage. It won't be this way if you're gonna use him in progressive mode and you decide to go for less money put into the bar. But this is the max, the cap. This is the damage. This is the range. This is the SPA, crit, chance damage at first, or upgrade 0. Let's upgrade him to Tantalizing Tornado. Oh, I probably should have had effects on. I am a noob at doing these showcases. He's unsellable, by the way. Tornadoes here. And 1.62 billion every 4.47 seconds. And of course, I forgot to say he's doing Hemorrhage. His passive is Blood Moon. Nothing else here. After applying Hemorrhage for a total of 250 enemies, gain the following buffs permanently. Let me just sell Guts here. I'll do him later. So make sure that he gets the kills. He'll increase his damage by 50%. Oh, well, he'll add a 50% of his damage to that and 100% of DOT damage. Oh, wow, that's actually pretty good. And every 30 seconds, an enemy has been under Hemorrhage. They will now take twice as much from him and also receive bleed. I'm assuming this is for mainly bosses or enemies that are way past the mark where you start to struggle with them. If Eclipse is active, gain the following buff. First duration 20%, and enemies taken down are summoned. Okay, so he's okay. Original max HP. Interesting. Oh, see, he's at 202 kills. He will soon eventually get to 250. Let's keep upgrading. Oh, need to do that. Oh, that's right. I have no money. I should probably place down some units to give me more money. Oscillate me. This is the most scuffed showcase ever. I do apologize. But yeah, let's get to it. See, and yeah, let's have that. So I'll upgrade him some more. So with this though, at least he's not too expensive after I say that, but then again, he's really expensive overall. Next is All Out Assault, and he will become a full AoE. Okay, and let's see the effects for this. Wow, that is underwhelming. Let me 1x speed. Very underwhelming. This has to be the most chopped animation I've ever seen. Wow. I mean, it's alright, but man, that looks rushed. So, 428 kills. He has increased his damage by 50% and DOT by 100. As you can see here, the 50 and the plus 20% is from idle buffing. Yeah, buffing him. So he's doing 2.58 billion every 5 seconds with this absurd range. This is insane. It's basically the entire map, entire track, anyways. So let's just max him out. Boom. Almost 3 billion damage. 3 billion with the idle buff every 5 seconds. Yes, this is really good. This DPS is insane. And the hemorrhage is only going to be more insane because of how it does an extra 4.2 billion. But remember, His passive makes it do 100% more DOT damage permanently. This is insane. This has to be insane. But it's only insane because it's in an infinite, which again makes the character basically useless unless you don't sacrifice as much. But it'll probably be good. Actually, I don't know. Having to sacrifice units leaves a window where you're gonna have to defend, replace down units. So yeah, make sure you have enough money to replace down units as quickly as possible for the enemies that are coming your way. Or, you know, you could always leave one enemy outside of the range of Griffith, so that they'll continue attacking on without getting sacrificed. That will most likely be your guts. Honestly, now that I think about it, that will be your guts, because you need them on the board. But yeah, this is Griffith Darkness. Alright, now let me place down Guts Berserk. Actually, put him closer there. I can't sell Griffith, but don't mind him. So, on placement, he's... oh, minus 1% damage. What is that from? Oh, curious. I'll find out. So, on placement, he's doing 3.87 million with every 2.5 seconds. That's pretty fast. Doing Mutilate. He also does Rupture, I believe, from his passive. Yep, here it is. He alternates. We'll go into his passives right now. So, Crimson Omen. He basically, you want to use him when the boss or mini boss enters range. He'll be doing the massive damage by doing 5 times more and applying Mutilate, and does 15% times damage to the boss and apply Bleed. Boss takes 5% plus 5% damage per hit, capping at 25%, and drains them for half of a percentage of the boss's HP every tick, cap of 500 billion damage for 5 seconds. That's one of his passive. Another passive is an Outrage passive. It's like a rage mode, I'm assuming. So if you can see it and zoom in, Outrage cooldown, he'll deal 100% of his damage to all enemies and increases damage to 150. Oh, if a boss is in range, increase damage to 150%. Okay, so a little more of the boss. So you want to use guys. This guy's a boss killer. And look at this. For the next 30 seconds, he'll buff himself by 25%. You can see here. Range. And he'll stun a random one unit. Oh, stun a random 1 to 3 units in range for 5 seconds. Gain 10 per unit stun. I want to say this is one of your units. This won't matter if you put him outside of the range, but realistically, you might put him near your idol for the extra buff that you'll get. So yeah. And then every 2 seconds, Outrage is not activated. He increased passive damage by 25%. Oh wow. So every time Outrage is not okay. Cap. Damn. So you take some time for him to ramp up. Okay. If there are more than 30 enemies and enter the range, before cooldown instantly activates. Oh wow. Don't know how to activate that really in this game mode because I'm on normal mode of infinite, but yeah, okay. Marionette of Steel, Black Swordsman not attacking, 5% chance to attack early than current SBA. Interesting. Passive is activated, deal 50% damage by burn and detonation. Okay. To all enemies, and activate Deadly Pursuit. Wow. For 65 seconds, minus 50% SPA, plus 20%. Swap Rupture with Mutilate. Interesting. Disable Marionette to Steel passive. Change the effect of Crimson Omen to use current SPA times 8 instead. Interesting. After the buff ends, restore original stats. Suffer minus 25% damage for the next class. Ah, I see. That's the thing we saw at the beginning when I placed him down again. Okay, cooldown. So he cancels out Marionette. Interesting. And he'll set current SBA times 8. I don't know if that's... Set... Wow. I am kind of confused. Just not that literate. It's just all this passive is all jumbled. He'll just do a lot of damage. all it is. I wish they wouldn't do all of this. It's I mean, yes, the character's cooler, but sometimes a little more simple I think is best. But yeah, let's upgrade him now. A lot of upgrades before changing of the ability. So now let's do impact cannon. Okay, does a little explosion when he swipes at them. So, yeah, this is the damage, this is the SPA. Let's keep going. Now, next will be Raging Beast. Lot, okay, full AoE, as expected. 541,000 million every 13.8 seconds. That is a long SPA. Honestly, probably to match the Rupture here, the 14 seconds of Rupture. It makes sense, but if he swaps to Mutilate, then makes less sense, but, you know, okay. It's alright. Let's just max him out now. Okay, 900 basic, oh, 7, without the buff, he's doing 713 million every 13.8 seconds, okay, but with the buff, he's doing closer to 900 million, okay. If I had glitch, this would be over a billion for sure. Yeah, not too bad. Oh, the effects, let's see it. That is, what is that? Okay, that's the same thing as this, but less sparks. Okay. Well, yep, there you have it. This is, yep, this is the showcase of Avatar Glorious Guts Berserk. That's been it for the showcase. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe about what you think about these units. I will try to work on Inuyasha and I think his name is Hey, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, Hey. So, yeah. Have a great day.